Hello my darlings, what's good? Good and welcome back. If it's your first time stopping by, this is AKTV Naija darlings and I am Sylvia.
AKTV Naija. Simply making communication easy. Subscribe.
Love, marriage and the drama that has been unfolding for the past weeks. In fact, let's talk about the era in total. What do I mean? Let's go back into Nuebo's issue and Chidi Chikere. It was alleged that Noella knew that Chidi Chikere was married when she went ahead to have an affair with Chidi Chikere and eventually got married to Chidi Chikere, which means Chidi's ex-wife suffered heartbreak by the separation. Let's raise our second for that one. Powerful, right? Then let's come into the future. It is the case of Churchill, Olakunle Churchill, Tonto Dikeh, and Rosey Meurer. Everybody is hearing about it already. I mean, we are just here to analyze. What do we know? We only know what is left there on the streets of social media for us to talk about. I mean, we pick the crumbs and we analyze them. Some people say it's gossip. No, darling, it isn't gossip. It is a different view to understanding the situation, dissecting it, throwing it out there to correct certain impressions that may have been formed by certain sets of minds. Too much English, go? Straight into the speed of our story. Did you know that Rosey Meurer was actually friends with Olakunle Churchill before Olakunle Churchill ended up marrying Tonto Dikeh? But the thing there is, the twist to it there is, Rosey was pretty much very young. Maybe we could put it to be not ripe enough to be dating Churchill as at the time. So this is interpreted to be brother and sister. If you recall the video of Rosey being interviewed, where she had to defend herself from Tonto Dikeh's lash out, she claimed he was like my senior brother. Tonto was a popular figure at the time, and of course would have her time out, hang out in clubs, in social gatherings, and she met Olakunle. That was where she got married to Olakunle Churchill. Tonto's understanding was that Rosey was Olakunle's sister. We keep using the word sister. This is the point where some people will say, I'm sorry that I have to bring this up, but this is the point where people will say, is this not the case of Pastor Mercy Chinwo and the husband? Is this not the same case of she's my sister? What do I know? But I would like you to also understand that most times it's the relationship that makes you feel comfortable, that makes you feel at home, that makes you feel like this person is your sibling, this person is your brother, this person can serve as your brother, your sister, your father, that makes you choose to want to settle in a matrimony with them. Yes, most people choose that way. In fact, it is much healthier because you already have established a relationship boundary, an emotional respect boundary that will then serve in the union. Forward to what we're talking about. Everybody is now trying to throw threads. I'm trying to be very as subtle as possible. Everybody's trying to throw threads at Rosey Meurer. The social media judges and the social media praise and worship team, they are all throwing threads at Rosey Meurer, forgetting the fact that Rosey was there in the picture. Except that that's that unfortunate story that the cane when they use for the first wife, they keep on somewhere. You know, they could use them for the second, the third, and as many to come. Unfortunately. But in this case, Rosey was in the picture. I refuse to blame Rosey or Tonto in this case. I am blaming Olakunle Churchill. He seems to perceive women as disposable. You know, there are these men who don't see the need to respect women, but definitely demand and expect the respect. Now, to respect is not only by dobiling, by saluting, by saying good morning chief, by saying odogu, by saying no. The respect I am referring to is, if you know that you will be irritated if I sit with a man in public, you shouldn't do it. If you know that if I greet a man in public, you shouldn't do it as well. If you know that, the things that personally won't sit with you should not be done and expect that your partner, because she's a woman, should not do it. First off, she's a human being, which means she has a formation. She can decide on whatever it is she wants to do with herself, time, and life. And I'm sure you already knew she was like this before you chose her as your partner. Anyway, what do I know? You go say na English I dey speak. I too go school. This is not about school. We go about wondering why the union these days don't last. There is an ingredient that is missing. A spice. One bokripo, something when they make something sweet. It's not inside it in today's day relationship. If you're a man, when they tell yourself, say, I'm a traditional man. I am a traditional man. A woman must answer to me. My dear, go for a woman who is subservient. Go for a woman who will not act Western in your house. By her character, her disposition, during the time you've been in familiarity with her, what we call courtship these days, because as far as I'm concerned, there's no such thing as courtship anymore. In familiarity, you must have perceived all of that. You knew that she is not that type. You went ahead for her. To now want to bend her, that is abuse, outright. You want to form her into what suits you because you're selfish, or because she's too pretty, her face matches your profile, her face matches your personality in the society, her beauty is just everything you want. So for that reason, you have to break her into what works for you. That's demonic, selfish, and abusive. If you are a free-spirited man, and you know you like your woman to be equally free, she should get doing what she likes doing, she should build what she wants to build for herself, go for that type. Don't go for a timid woman, and tomorrow you're complaining, my wife doesn't do anything. She wakes up in the morning, she's just there. Then after she just sweeps the house, she'll just be there. I don't know, You knew she was like that. Who is fooling who here? Now, in the case of Rosey and Churchill, Churchill knew Rosey wanted to be that successful actress. Rosey admired who Tonto Dikeh was. Then, in the reverse, Churchill admired this similarity of their beauty, but in the case that he could actually hold Rosey indoor, not to become what she wants to be. That is why I'm saying I am not blaming the two ladies. I'm blaming Churchill. In fact, I'm blaming the person who had him as a son because he wasn't properly groomed. He wasn't advised. He wasn't groomed properly. So he came up thinking, this has to be his way. And it is very peculiar to men who think they have money, men who think they are rich, men who think they are affluent. You think you should bend your woman. See, there's nothing wrong with influencing your woman's character, behavior, and all of that. That's influencing. Let her automatically with love form into that. But you wanting to enforce it on her, that's abuse. Like outrightly, that is abuse. Please, tell me what you think down in the comment section. I don't want it to be, what do you think? Do you think it's abuse, like I've explained it? Or how do you perceive it? I would like to hear your thoughts and all of that down in the comment section. Having said this much, is marriage still in vogue? Is marriage still advisable? Should marriage still be a thing to look out for? Or what do you think? Do you think it should be scrapped? Marriage should be scrapped? Who knows? If we have to go by the biblical guidance, marriage is a very, very important union and a necessary one at that. Because the Bible says it's not good for man to be alone. Like it or not, a man will be wayward if he doesn't have a woman. A woman will be too free if she doesn't have a man. So marriage by the Bible standard is important. That's one. Two, by the time you grow older, you are going to need a companion. Someone who has understood you over a period of time. Someone who can have similar values with you, can grow with you into the future, can build with you into a long term. It is important. Because truth be told, as we grow older, the people we think we know will fall by the wayside. Some of them will betray us, some of them will sell us off, some of them will just do all sorts to try and demonize or, I don't know, all of that nasty things. Okay? But you are going to need one person that you understand, even if the person is a nasty person, even if the person is the most toxic person on earth, even if the person is whatever it is. That one person that's going to be with you through the journey of life. Now, for me, I'm not in support of divorce. I don't like divorce. I am against women who claim that, their husbands were suspecting them of infidelity. For that reason, they broke up, blah, 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 blah. I believe that every marriage can be worked out. 2 partnerships can be worked out. If it is too toxic, you get to the position where you have to keep shut and start looking at him. Toxic people get irritated when they are being like you are not responding to them. They will adjust. You cannot be in a marriage that you have built over 20 years. You had children, 4 children. Suddenly you are telling me the man has a problem and you are moving your things out. Then you are going out looking for another man. To do what? What makes you feel that that man you are moving out to go and meet is not going to be similar to the one you are with? Because by formation, over the years, you have formed your mindset like that, being married to him. So whoever you are going to meet, you are going to attract the same energy. Similar energy. So for me, if I'm ever going to get married, hello future husband, wherever you are, I know day for divorce. We quarrel today, is not working. Enter your room, go and sleep. When you reach tomorrow, we'll go talk again. Or take a vacation, 2 weeks, 1 week, go and rest. When you come back, we continue from where we stopped. Hello darlings, if it's your first time stopping by, my name is Sylvia. But please do kindly to like, subscribe, share and comment on that video. This is AKTV Naija. On to the next one for now.